Hi, strong mamas. I'm going to take you through a beginner pregnancy routine that you can do on your TRX or any other suspension trainer that you have access to. Frequently they have TRXs at gyms. They even have things that are called jungle gyms, but basically any suspension straps will work great for this. And this is a beginner routine, so anyone can do this. Even any pregnant women, I feel completely comfortable letting you give this a try, okay? So I'm going to walk you through a list of exercises. We're going to call it a circuit. We're going to go through one exercise at a time, and then we're going to go back and go through it again. So you can walk through it with me twice through, okay? So you should have already warmed up. Go ahead and find a beginner dynamic warm-up to do. Once you're completely warmed up, we're going to move right into the TRX exercises. Now the first one we're going to do are squats, okay? So the nice thing with the TRX is that the TRX really guides your squat technique. It helps you get down, then if you need a little assistance getting back up out of your squat, it helps you out a lot. Okay, so we're going to do 15 squats so we can really practice technique. So I'm looking at the anchor point. You want to have good posture. You want to stand up tall. Plant your feet about hip-width apart or slightly wider. Hold on to the handles so that your elbows are nice and relaxed and that there's some give, but keep tension on the straps. Don't let the straps be slack. So from this position, we're just going to sit down and back into a squat and then stand back up. We're going to go 15 of these. It should feel like your weight is staying through your heels and your booty is sticking really far out. Sit down slowly and back up. There's 5. 6, keep very good posture, chin up, chest up. 8, 9. So what's important here is that you don't have a death grip on the handles. Be fairly relaxed here. Okay, don't hold the handles so hard that you're starting to lose feeling in your hands, okay? And your knees should stay directly above your ankles. Let's go one more, really sitting back deep and back up. So from that position, you're just going to walk your feet in just a little bit. And if this feels a little scary, stagger your feet. So take one foot, put it behind you so that you have the support, almost like you have a tripod sticking out behind you, okay? So you can do it that way, but if you feel comfortable, put your feet side by side, and we're going to do rows. Okay, so you're just going to pull your chin, your chest right between your hands. Now, when you're doing this motion, it's important that you don't arch your back, don't push your stomach forward, don't push that belly out forward. Keep yourself flat along your back side and a perfectly straight line from head to feet as you're doing the rows. We're just going to do 15 of these. And pull in, keep a nice long neck. The muscles we're working here, the muscles down the back side of your shoulders. So you'll feel this through your shoulder blades, your upper back. And I have my elbows slightly flared out to the side with my hands at about a 45-degree angle. Let's go 2 more here. Okay, so from that position, stand directly up straight again. We're still holding on to the handles. We're going to do reverse lunges. So this is, you're just going to take a big step backwards and sink down into a reverse lunge and then stand back up forward, okay? We're going to continue going with that same foot 10 times. So step backwards and step back far enough that you have a good 90-degree angle at that forward knee and then stand back forward. And I was actually a little too far away from the TRX when I stepped back. My arms were way out in front of me, so you don't want to be so far back from the anchor point that you feel completely stretched out on the bottom. Okay, so bring yourself in a little bit. Back up straight. Step back and down nice and careful. Keep your knee tracking directly above your ankles. This one we're just going to do 10 per side. This one's a little harder than the squats. It's a step up from the squat. Now you're having to work one leg at a time. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So now plant the other foot down. Still relax through the elbows. Step backwards, and then back forward. And up. Up. Down and up. Now this can even be modified. You can just plant that back foot there and not even step with it. Turn it into a split squat. But I think this is easy enough, doing it as a reverse lunge. Okay, let's do one more. So after that, we're actually going to turn around and I'm going to face away from you now. So feet are back by the anchor point here. Okay, and you're angled forward, out, away. Now you want to make sure that your glutes are tight and kind of tucked under. And your hands are out in front of your chest, nice and straight. If you need to, you can also stagger here as well. So you can plant one foot a little further forward. And I'm going to have my feet side by side. We're going to treat this like a push-up, okay? So you're going to lower your chest between your hands and then push directly back. Lower your chest between your hands, then come out of it. And then out of it. So just make sure you're not lowering so far that your elbows are getting hung up behind you and you feel like you're getting too much of a stretch. Lower. This one we're going to do 15 as well. If it starts to get hard, you can stagger your feet. Just bring one foot forward a little bit. It broadens your base of support, makes it more doable. Okay. You can also spread your feet wider. What's really important here, especially for you as a pregnant woman, is to make sure that your midsection from shoulders to your thighs, make sure that that section is staying really engaged and strong, okay? So that was about 15. We're gonna get back into that same position and do a good core exercise. These are called standing rollouts. So we're facing forward again. Feet are back by that anchor point. And you can't really see my anchor point here on the video, but it's kind of up there, halfway up the wall up there, okay? So any anchor point that you would find at the gym, or hopefully at home when you have this set up, is going to be in the right spot. So you're going to tuck your tail under a little bit. Don't jam it so hard that you feel like you're working too hard at it. Okay, get it neutral. Keep your hips locked. And from this position, we're just going to fall forward a little bit, letting the arms rise out in front of you, and then come back to that start position. Fall forward towards flat. You don't want to get all the way flat, and then back to the start position. So come forward enough where you feel a little bit of a tension through your core. You'll also feel this through your armpits. Fall forward a little bit, and then back to neutral. A little bit. Push forward. Let's go one more here. Fall forward. Okay, so now we're going to flip around, and we're going to get into what's called a bent over position. So we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Your knees are nice and soft. And I have my hands on the foot cradles here, not actually on the handles. So bent forward position, make sure that your back is neutral. Don't have your back crazy arched. Don't have it rounded under. Find the midpoint, okay? So it feels comfortable right there. And it's a very strong position. So in this position, we're just going to take one hand and swing it as high up behind you without changing anything else. Do the other side now. So this is a great upper back exercise, but it also opens up your chest, and at the same time, you're working your lower half, trying to maintain that squat position. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 per side. There's 3. Swing way up, bring it down. Notice how I'm not moving the lower half of my body at all. Okay, it's staying put, it's not going anywhere. Very stable. If you feel this in your neck at all, tuck your chin, pack your chin, okay, so that you feel like you have a really long back of your neck. Let's go 2 more on each side. This is gonna get us prepped for a really nice stretch that's coming. Okay, so after that, we're gonna flip around. Okay, we're gonna flip around, and we're gonna do just a nice chest stretch here. Okay, so we're gonna take a step forward with one leg, like you're lunging forward, and as you step forward, you're gonna reach backwards with your arms. So the straps are pulling your arms backwards and it's opening your chest up, okay? So this is a really nice pec stretch, chest stretch here. You can even tuck your tail under a little bit to keep your hips level. And in this position, you will also get a hip flexor stretch. So we're holding in this position with that leg forward for 5 deep breaths. Okay, push off, stand up out of it, and now you're gonna step forward with the other leg. So again, get your tail tucked under just a little and lean forward into that chest stretch. 5 deep breaths. And you kind of get to know your body here. You can wiggle your hips a little bit, tuck your tail, feel where the stretch is happening through your chest. Lift your chin, move your chin around. Feel fluid. You don't want to feel like you're stuck in any one position. Okay, so you made it through one time. I'm going to take you through one more time through. We'll go a little quicker just because I'm not having to explain everything. So we're going to start with the squats, and you can pause the video at any time if you need to go take a break, get some water. I don't want you to get too intensely overheated here. So we're going to start back with the squats. So we're going to go 15 squats. So remember your squats, you're sitting down and back. You want to feel like you're reaching back into a chair. There's 3. Nice soft elbows. 4, 5. Weight is through your heels. 6. I even lift my toes to just make sure that my weight is going through my heels. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, good posture. 14, 15, step it in. We're gonna do the rows next. Okay, so nice flat back. 15 of these. 2, keep your chin up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can kind of play with the angle of your arms. You can track your elbows a little bit lower this time if you want. 3, 14, one more here. Good. Next we're moving right into those reverse lunges. So these are the step back motion, okay? So you're gonna step backwards and then come back up, and we're gonna do 10 on each side. 4, try to really copy my form and technique. Step back as far as I'm stepping. That's probably where people go wrong on this exercise. They make too tiny of a step, so really stretch yourself out. Feel yourself stretched. Okay, let's switch legs. Doing 10 on this leg. After this, we're gonna turn around and do some of our forward-facing ones. 5, watch your posture here. Watch your death grip. Make sure you don't have a death grip. 2 more. Okay, we're gonna turn around and we're gonna do a chest press. So that's like our push-up, okay? So face forward, tuck your tail under a little bit so that you're nice and neutral. Drop between your hands, press right back out. 2, 10 of these. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Sometimes on the video it's hard. I wish I could flip it around and have someone helping me out. Let's go 2 more. Strong, bringing the chest right between your hands. Let's go 1 more, just for the heck of it. Okay, so after that one, we're in the right position to move right into our standing rollout. So feet are kind of back behind you. Lock your tail under, make sure you're not arched. Tuck your tail under, make sure you're flat. And we're gonna fall forward, 10 of these. So this is the one exercise on the circuit There's 3. That is a very focused core. Everything else is definitely training your core, but a little bit more as an auxiliary exercise. So it's working, but it's working to help facilitate other motions, okay? But this one, we're really actually working on it. But that is the point of your core. It's there to help you do other activities, other motions with the rest of your body. Let's go one more. Okay, we're gonna flip around. Now we're gonna do that bent over thoracic rotation. So we're gonna get in that bent over position, arms stretched out in front of you, booty's out. Make sure your back is neutral. Reach one arm way up. I love this one, it feels so good. You get a bit of a stretch through your shoulder. We're doing 10 per side. 6, good posture here. 7, 8, check in with your core. Make sure your abs are engaged to kind of support your back here. Let's go one more on each side. Okay, and then we're gonna finish up with that chest stretch again, okay? So flip around again, and we're gonna take a step forward, like a lunge, play with your hips here. Step forward, and let it really open that chest up. 5 deep breaths. Okay, come out of it. Let's do the other side. So step forward with the other leg. Tuck your tail under a little bit to benefit from the hip flexor stretch. Arms are pulled back. 5 deep breaths here. Okay, and there you have it. So as a beginner, you might want to stop there. Just call it good. You did it twice through. Great job. Now, if you're more of an intermediate or advanced trainee and you're pregnant and you're getting towards the end of your pregnancy, this is a great routine because it is beginner. It's great to do the entire way through your routine. It's nice and gentle on your body. But if you are more fit, go ahead and do that a few more times through. So don't just stop at 2. See if you want to do it 3 or 4 times through total. It'll feel pretty good. Okay? Have fun with it. Good luck.